Hey, this is Anthony. Before the episode gets started, I want to mention that this is recorded before any King of the Hill reveals or the intro that gets revealed. The only thing we have is the poster. This is just speculation. Jock welcome to, I guess, a special episode of Ramblin Cast Podcast.
Yep.
And before we get started, this is one of the first times in a while where I'm actually up on uploads.
Yep.
Yep. And I also just want to give a quick shout out to a friend named Max, or Max Avocado. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He actually is going to do the thumbnail for this episode.
Really?
Yes. So, yeah. He's not done with it yet, so I can't show Ricky right now. But yeah, this is a bonus episode, so we're not going to be talking about news. Well, we're going to talk about a little bit of news, but not like who died or what's happening with movies and TV shows. And do you want to talk about life a little bit? Because you said you did something dumb this week, or do you want to save that for the show?
You want to save it for the show. We have more important matters.
Okay, well, tomorrow, recording this, they will be revealing the King of the Hill revival tomorrow around 7 p.m. At I think it's called the ATX Festival. I'm not sure what it stands for. I don't fully know. Only thing I know is Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, some of the voice cast, and the Blah guys are all going to this. Yeah, the Blah guys, actually they got a press pass to be there.
Really?
Yeah. And there's some drama there, which I think is really bizarre. But besides that, me and Ricky just kind of want to talk about the poster that came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's also some rumors that we actually have the airing date already. So
I've watched that, and I don't think that's gonna be accurate.
we'll see. I mean, we'll find out in a few hours.
Yeah.
But supposedly the show will be airing August 11th, but that's just a theory. We won't know yet.
August 11th.
August 11th.
Interesting.
Supposedly.
Well. Wow.
Yeah. Which is not that far. It's only, what, 2-3 months? Not
Yeah.
bad at time. Anyway, yeah. Let's talk about this poster real quick. So we have the 4 guys aged up. We have Bill, Hank, Dale, Boomhauer, and we have the alley and Hank's house, and, just the normal stuff.
Every person on the poster has gotten fatter except one.
Who's the one? I think Dale and Boomhauer haven't really got that much fatter. Maybe Boomhauer slightly.
Boomhauer's definitely gotten fatter.
Okay.
Hank's definitely gotten fatter.
Yeah, Bill definitely has gotten
Bill's yeah, definitely gotten fatter.
fatter. But, so how should we do this? Should we want to talk about each element, or talk about the characters, or what do you think?
I want to talk about Bill in particular.
Let's talk
first.
about Bill. I will say he's not as fat and as wrinkly as you would think.
Yeah, I don't think they quite aged him up enough, and the orthopedic shoes just... It makes sense.
It does make sense. He does have Velcro shoes. He is definitely a little bit fatter, a little bit more wrinkly, but it feels like, I don't know, knowing Bill's habits, lifestyle choices, you think, what's the show jump, 8 years? You think it would be a little bit more significant?
Yeah, and the animation style's changed a little bit.
It has. Well, to be fair, it's just the one image, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But, definitely. So he's eating from Megalo Eats little food app, which sounds like something they would bring up. I think that fits Bill kind of perfectly.
Yeah.
Honestly, out of all the things in this, I think that's the one I'm least worried about, is Bill's eating habits.
But one thing I like to point out is they live in a pretty smaller town.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the scooter thing doesn't make sense.
The scooter thing, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It would just be like a normal car delivery. But I think the weird thing is still the drone right above him with the beer case.
Yeah, that's...
Once again, a smaller town. That's not really common in smaller towns.
We can't even get same-day delivery through Amazon where we live.
Yeah.
But again, it's also Texas.
Yeah,
so...
it might be next to like Houston or Austin. We don't really know where Arlen is.
Yeah, context clues and everything. We can't put it in the exact spot.
People have put it near Waco, but that's about it. Which is actually where the blog guys are from, speaking of them.
Really?
Yep. Want to get to Hank?
Yeah, let's just run down the line.
Alright, well, Hank looks fucking miserable.
Oh, he typically, I'd say he would be.
I do like his new design.
I mean, not much has changed.
His hair is a little more gray. He's a little more wrinkly. The big thing is the shirt, which there are a couple theories on what the shirt could mean.
Well, he wore a shirt. He wore a work shirt in the show. I don't think that's really a big thing.
I know, but usually the Strickland shirt's blue. But apparently people point out that the Thatherton shirt is the dark gray. So there's a theory that maybe Hank has changed teams for whatever reason. Do you think Buck is going to be dead or alive?
That's what I want. I feel like it's not a he changed company thing. I think he just went up and I think he was promoted. If not, is the owner Strickland Propane?
I could see him. He's definitely deserving to be the owner.
Yeah. I think all things considered, the way he's kind of kept the shit show rolling, he would inherit the thing, and he's not really the type to wear a suit.
Not to mention, Buck isn't really the healthy kind, and he's always getting in trouble, so either he could be dead, or hiding, or just not in any position to be in charge of anything.
That, or he retired and just went, well, here you go.
Yeah. I guess we'll get... Oh, you want to talk about his shoes?
Yeah, he's wearing shoes, and that's what points to a lot of he's kind of running the show or inherited the business or something like that. That's what kind of... I mean, the boss man really don't need to wear work boots, so...
Yeah. Anyway, want to get to Dale?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Other than the whole vape thing.
Yeah, so Dale in the image is vaping instead of smoking. Now, I want to remind people that this is a promo image, and typically this is just to advertise that's coming back. So who knows, maybe there'll be an episode where Dale vapes instead of smokes, or maybe he'll just smoke, or maybe there literally just doesn't have an episode, like it's in between a series.
If they remove Dale smoking, that'd be shitty, because that's kind of part of his character is he smokes.
It is pretty shitty, I'm not gonna lie. But something I found out recently, well actually not recently, this is from a few years ago. It's gonna sound really dumb, but it's true. Animated shows have a really difficult time getting permission to have characters smoking in their shows now, even adult cartoons.
I don't understand why.
Me neither.
Part of the character, it's particularly that character is...
It's Dale, yeah.
It's Dale, he smokes a lot, he's always smoking.
So. I mean, even a vape is apparently hard, because Zach Hadel, he's the guy who made Smiling Friends, there's a scene in the show where the devil hits a vape, and he talked about how there was like a whole lot of censorship, how they weren't allowed to actually have smoking, and that vapings were almost against the rules. And Zach literally used Dale as an example. He's like, well, you air King of the Hill on Adult Swim, and Dale smokes, and then there's also Cowboy Bebop where Spike smokes, and people smoke all the time. And it's an adult show, so it's not really aimed at children.
And smoking's kind of becoming this thing that is way overly hated.
Yeah, it is.
I get it's not healthy, but goddamn.
But want to talk about the VR headset he has on?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see Dale as a VR kind of guy.
That's definitely some pure Dale Gribble fuckery.
Yeah.
Pure fuckery on Dale's part. I definitely think that's a plot to something.
What is interesting is that because of the VR headset, he is like the only character we really don't get to see the face of.
I mean,
it looks the same from what we see.
I mean, his jaw's a little bit weird. Actually, all the characters are a little bit weird.
Yeah. They are all a little weird.
Like, the one that's closest to normal is Boomhauer.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Dale's fucking hat for some reason.
Yeah. What? Why?
All
Why?
right, wait, well, hold on.
Why? No.
Well, let me explain to the audience. Well, it says bait shop instead of the Mac hat. All right, go ahead.
What? Why? Just take the Mac out of it. Take the Mac out of it. It never said Mac. It was just a
dog.
oval with a dog.
Yeah.
What's the problem? The Mac hat is Dale Gribble. Like, why? Why?
It also bugs me. It just says bait shop. Like, they couldn't get anything.
Yeah. Why?
They could have just got a gray oval with the dog. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It didn't even have to be exact. It could just been the dog. That's it.
Yeah, they could have altered it just a little bit, and it would be fine. I literally know people that professionalize in this stuff and how to just get it far enough away that they can't be sued.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard.
I mean, obviously, the bait shop, it's supposed to be like a Bass Pro Shop with, like, the bass.
But they use Bass Pro Shop. Is it just is it just for the poster thing, or?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. Obviously, we haven't seen the show yet, so I don't know.
Again.
And, oh, sorry, go on.
Again, the Mac hat, that's just, that's the thing that's always been. Why change it?
Yeah. But something funny, we talked about this last podcast. When the Funko Pops were released, we said that Dale had a bait shop hat, and I was like, I wonder if that's going to be his new hat, or if that's just because of the pop figure. But apparently might be his new hat.
I really don't understand. Like,
me neither. But it is kind of funny that the Funko Pop leaked a new design. Sort of.
I gotta do some research. There's gonna be an update on this, and I'm going to figure this out.
But that's pretty much it. But Dale, it looks almost identical, other than the hat.
Yeah.
And the vape, obviously. But
still boots, long, lanky, all that.
Same shirt, same pants.
Probably same hairline. We don't know he's wearing a hat.
He does kind of have. I mean, his hair still has color, so he's doing better than Hank.
And then obviously,
Let's talk about Boomhauer.
Boomhauer's always bleached his hair, so that's kind of is what it is.
He looks. A lot of people point out he looks like he's aged the most.
Oh yeah, he's tanning and just basic lifestyle.
I could see it.
It makes sense.
So, I got to talk about the iPad he's holding, and now obviously.
I mean, it's Boomhauer. It kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
He's the most into technology, so.
So, now I got to bring this up, and I think I might have brought this up a long time ago on the podcast. But there was a King of the Hill Facebook group I was in, and they had this joke where they said, if King of the Hill gets rebooted, there's going to be an episode where Hank gets iPad. And that became like an inside meme all over the King of the Hill group, that Hank get iPad, Hank get iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Boomhauer holding the iPad might just be in fact a reference to the meme. I can't prove it, but the fact it's there, I don't know.
And his fingers are all weird.
Yeah, they kind of are. I never noticed that.
But it makes sense that Boomhauer would have an iPad.
It makes sense to see his weird fingers. I mean, one wrong move and, it's bending the thing backwards in bed. I wonder if he's still going to be a ladies' man. Well, yeah, of course. I wonder if they'll confirm if he is a Texas Ranger or if that was just a fake ID he got to sleep with women.
Again, also, it's Boomhauer. I don't feel like that. And they never say his job, so I believe it.
Maybe. But you want to talk about... behind Boomhauer is an electric scooter, which a part of me thinks that's going to be Bobby's. Am I wrong for thinking that? Bobby just propped it up against the alley fence?
I mean, it makes sense, but also because of the rental programs and them being in Texas.
Yeah.
I can say for a fact it's probably stolen, but not by any of the four in the picture.
Maybe. I will say it's like, because I don't think it's Boomhauer. Why would Boomhauer take a scooter to go around this house?
Yeah. And the fence is shorter and more pointy.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, we'll have to go through.
I think that's just for the promo art, just so you can see the top of the house, which we talked about the drone earlier a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. There's this weird joke in a lot of reboots where it's we're in the future, so they have a drone, and it feels like that's what that is.
That is definitely Bobby, though.
He's also carrying a case of Alamo.
Yeah, that's definitely Bobby.
And the last thing is the 5G tower, which is kind of just weirdly placed on top of Hank's house.
Hey, look, I mean, there was a tower there in the show, I believe.
I don't know if there's a tower there. Maybe. I think it was like his satellite dish.
That thing's tall as shit, so you know it's off to at a distance.
Yeah, I guess. But I feel like Dale would not be too excited for the 5G tower.
No, he wouldn't. But
that's pretty much everything.
Same umbrella, which those things don't last that long, so I'm gonna call him unrealistic.
True.
Did he have 2 sliding glass doors? I just noticed that.
Did he have 2?
We need to bring up a picture from the original show from that exact angle.
I think he did. Hank Hill, a house. That's the front, which we need to see the back. I can only see the front. All these images of the fucking front. I think he did have 2 sliding doors, but rear. Yes, he did. That one to the living room and one to the kitchen.
Oh, I guess the fence was pointy.
Oh yeah, it's always been pointy. See, there they are. So yeah, they've had both those. Actually, it's a different umbrella. That one's white and green, and in the reboot, it's just all green.
Oh.
So they might have a new umbrella. Wow, that's big, exciting news. It might be a plot point to an episode. Peggy, the umbrella blew away. Oh, Lord. All this climate change in the future. Ricky looked at me really badly. Well, do you want to talk about... Oh, okay. Do you think anything in this promo art will actually be in the show?
Megalo each, yes. Scooter is gonna be a B plot.
I can see Dale vaping be a B plot.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a B plot.
I don't know about the VR headset or the drone, really. Or the 5G.
The drone, it might be mentioned, but I think that's just a first scale of how far it went forward thing.
Yeah.
Also, fucking...
What's up?
Why is Bill's pants so tight?
Yeah, I will say, I'm pretty sure all the guys have the same color jeans. Although, Hank changed his belt. He had a brown belt, now it's black. But, yeah, all the guys have the same color jeans. And, obviously, the same shirt, except Hank has it now dark gray, light gray shirt.
Why is Bill's pants so goddamn tight?
Yeah, we're kind of zoomed in on the image, and, yeah...
And it's a very awkward dick bulge.
King of the Hill is full of awkward dick bulges. I don't know if you ever noticed.
I mean, Bill cannot have that much meat, or he would not be as depressed as he is.
Well, true. Also, fat people, it shrinks. It goes inside a little bit.
That has not been proven.
That's what I've heard. I'm fat. I can believe it.
God, I hope not.
God, I hope not. But, yeah.
It's already kind of a debacle to deal with.
I don't want to know how. Anyway, I wanted to get into episode theories, any subplots you can think of Hank in the future.
There's a baby episode. I'm gonna call it. Okay. I'm gonna call it Bobby Fucks Up.
Bobby Fucks Up?
Bobby Fucks Up. Literally Fucks Up.
Did we get the episode titles back or not?
Yes. I want to go through this again. I really think this is something we can add to now, knowing and seeing things. So are these confirmed titles?
Season 1, yes. Season 2 is a little bit iffy. Oh, Season 2, the titles aren't even on here.
Okay, so they're definitely iffy.
Yeah. But Season 1 is pretty much confirmed. So we have Return of the King.
Obviously, first episode.
Yeah. The beer story, which might have to do with the drone. I might be wrong.
That's what I would say.
Chore money, chore problems. Something about chores. So that does imply there will be a kid character.
Or it's just Bobby still living with them.
Yeah. Actually, it's an idea I had. It's something I never seen any revival do. It would have been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
If, you know how, like, revivals have a time jump. But it's like, wouldn't it be cool if like we saw progression? Like one episode was 1 year, then the next episode was the other year, so you gradually see the characters grow up with the storyline.
It'd be weird, but yeah, that could work.
That'd be really cool, but I don't see the show doing that.
Yeah, that's either GH, Gracie, or Bobby himself.
Yeah, I kind of forgot with GH. I wonder what happened to him. I wonder if we'll have any Cotton Hill like stories. I know he's dead, but yeah. I wonder. We have new ref in town, which don't know.
No, I don't have any guesses for that one.
It's something about a referee. Peggy's fade out, which I think we got a little bit of a leak. That's where Peggy's going to break her leg and have a problem with Xanax, apparently.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Any given Hill day.
I can't think of anything.
Bobby gets grilled, which might have to do with his job, because he's going to be a little grill guy.
Yeah, I'm...
No Hank left behind.
Okay, Bobby gets grilled. That's going to be definitely some work issues. And
yeah. I think No Hank left behind might be a work issue, too, maybe.
Yeah.
You said he got stuck at an airport or something.
Yeah, that's what I'd still say. He gets left behind.
And then the final 2 episodes, the names aren't there, but we had them, so I don't really remember what they are.
Yeah, there's definitely one with a baby. I remember that.
I know season 2 we talked about last episode. One of them was the marriage of Bobby Fischer or something like that.
Or something like that.
Or the new wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm gonna go with something like that.
But my last idea for this little podcast bonus episode was to name off the characters and to think of what they're doing right now or what's going on with them. So I'm going to skip the 4 guys since we kind of just talked about them the most. Unless you want to talk about them again.
I mean, I think they're basically going to be the same.
Okay. So, of course, we have Hank's family. We have Peggy. I think she's still
going to be a dumb bitch.
I wonder what job she'll have. I wonder if she'll still be in realty or substitute teacher or newspaper writing.
I feel like at this point, especially if Hank gets the jump,
might be a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah, just kind of stays at home, has hobbies, sells Tupperware.
There was an episode in the original series like that where she got really tired of being at home all the time.
Yeah, I mean, she'll have her side projects and all that.
She does break her leg, so she will be doing something. Of course, Bobby, he's with Connie, that we know of so far.
That we see, yeah, and he's a chef. Yep. He strangely looks like my cousin.
Yeah, you brought that up before, actually.
Yeah, it's weird. Especially since my cousin got his hair cut.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
So, Bobby's probably still going to be living with the Hills, with Peggy and Hank.
That or close by.
Okay. Do you think Hank and Peggy... Because in the original series, there was sort of a subplot at the beginning where they wanted to have another kid. Do you think they'd still try?
No. I feel like that went by the wayside with GH and Gracie and all that.
Okay. Of course, we gotta talk about Lady Bird. It's pretty much basically confirmed she's gone.
Yeah, she was 13 in the original series. Like, goddamn, what do you expect?
I saw a TikTok, and it was like a montage of Lady Bird moments, and it actually kind of made me sad that she's gonna go, though. It was kind of weirdly beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they actually do have a new dog named Caesar, and he looks like a little shit.
Yeah.
Yep. But let's leave the Hill family and go to, well, Bill has no family, Dale's family, which we have Nancy. What do you think Nancy would be up to? Now, there was a leak that might have been Nancy, but we don't know.
I feel like same old same, just older.
Okay, still weather girl trying to get up.
Maybe gone up to like just being lead.
Lead anchor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Or co-anchor, who knows?
Yeah. Definitely sitting behind a counter now, not standing up doing the weather.
Yeah. I guess before we bring up Joseph, we should probably talk about John Redcorn. What do you think John Redcorn would be up to?
Same old. Maybe has got the casino actually going.
Oh, that'd be nice. I don't know if casinos are legal in Texas still.
I haven't heard that they're not.
That's They were when King of the Hill originally aired.
Well,
I don't know anymore.
Again, Indian land, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I popped my neck. I'm so sorry. That was gross.
Like, Indian reservation, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. But, I guess we gotta talk about Joseph. And I guess the big question, do you think Dale has figured it out? Or
he knew the whole fucking time.
Okay, Ricky's...
He knew. I'm still on the side that he's playing the lovable dumbass, but he absolutely fucking knows.
Okay. Do you think, well, let's talk about Joseph as a character. Do you think, he's grown up to look more and more like John Redcorn?
Yes.
Do you think he has a woman of his own? Or do you think he's doing the John Redcorn thing and sleeping with another man's wife?
Absolutely.
Do you think it's going to be Connie? I don't think so.
No.
I think Connie's too good for that.
I do think it's going to be some...
Men? Oh, God.
That is a thing I can not see happening.
There was an episode in the original where Joseph gets like a nosebleed and Joseph just starts staring at her tits. It was a real scene.
I mean, it'd be weird, but it's definitely...
Yeah. Well, good luck to Joseph. Hopefully he's not as creepy.
I'd say that's going to be the one. What do you think he'd be doing?
I don't know. For like his job? He was a weird dude. But he was always into like doing crazy stuff, so I can see him being like a stunt double or trying to be like a stuntsman, like a really bad Evel Knievel.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or maybe John Redcorn tries to take him under his wing.
Yeah.
It's possible. Maybe he works at the casino. John Redcorn felt bad and gave him a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Or maybe he's also in college. I don't think so. He's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that or he might. I feel like he's going to be working at Strickland.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it, he was a football player. One of the better ones, so maybe he could be like a college football player.
I feel like he's a propane salesman stoner. Propane delivery driver that smokes way too much weed.
Okay. Do you think Dale and Nancy would have a kid of their own? I don't think so. No. I guess you gotta talk about Boomhauer. Do you think he's married anyone? Or do you think he's still living life?
Maybe.
It's possible.
Highly doubt it. But
he's tried. There was an episode where he tried to marry a lady. So it's possible.
It'd be... I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Let's see. We can talk about Hank's work. We got like Enrique. Well, let's talk about Buck. You think
dead?
You think dead?
Dead.
I could see dead. Easily.
Definitely dead. Definitely dead, or so old and senile he doesn't know where he is.
Do you think Miss Liz will show up ever again? That's Buck's wife.
Yep, she's the one that gives it to Hank.
Okay.
Just like, I don't want this shit. Here you go.
I thought for a second you're like, yep, she's the one who killed him.
I mean, probably.
I could see that.
Most likely. I wouldn't deny it.
Let's see. Enrique. I feel like Enrique might be assistant manager.
Something like that.
I could see it. The new Hank. But probably doesn't have to do as much work as Hank did.
Yeah, no.
Donna, I don't know. She'd still be there. Who is Buddha Sack? What's his real name? I forget. Chris? No, not Chris.
I don't know.
That's the actor.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The bald black guy.
I mean, he might be assistant manager.
Maybe.
I occasionally remember him.
There is a rumor that there is a new character in the series. This is a really small rumor. Ricky, the new character might be named Muhammad. So I feel like if there is a Muhammad, I feel like Ed Strickland would be it. Yeah. Ricky not saying anything. Okay.
Yep. We can't say anything right now.
Let's talk about Khan and Min. We already know that they broke up.
Obviously we have rumors that one's living with Bill.
Yeah.
One got the house in the divorce, most likely.
Well, we still don't know if there is a divorce. Do you think there is?
I mean, I doubt it, but...
Yeah, that's a lot of money. To be fair, Min, she didn't have a job. It was always Khan who was working, so I don't know how Min's getting money on the house. Unless it's Joseph. Alimony. Oh, yeah, I forgot you get that. And then Connie, we know she's in college and still with Bobby.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yep. That's where I think things are going to go awry.
Okay. Oh, I completely forgot. We talked about Hank's family, and I somehow forgot about Luann. Now that's where we're going to get kind of iffy.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's just easier to make him move away.
Yeah, I feel like Luann and Lucky will probably just be moved away.
Yeah.
Or do you think that they actually might say that they passed? Like a car crash or something?
I wouldn't think they would go that. I think they would just be out on their own.
Yeah.
That's a really tricky situation to deal with since both actors pass.
Long before the revival, too.
And you can't really I mean, Luann you might get away with.
Maybe.
But you can't recast Tom Petty.
No.
That's just something you can't do.
It's also... Oh, shit, wasn't... Oh, yeah. And I brought up before, like, Dale, his voice actor passed while they're working on the series, so that's a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, but they do have it. They did take a good option if they go
Toby
that
Huss. But, yeah, Tom Petty and Brittany Murphy both passed away long before the revival was even a thing.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough thing to deal with.
Yeah. I guess Gracie. I could see Gracie living with the Hills. But, like, if Luann and Lucky moved away, we have to ask the question of why does Gracie live with the Hills?
Yeah, I think that's going to be too rough to deal with. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
You don't think so?
I think it's just going to be GH.
Do you think Hank... Okay, GH. Do you think Hank's going to change that name?
His name...
His name is actually Good Hank, yes.
I feel like... Because he'd be like 10?
Yeah.
10 or so?
10.
I feel like that's something they're going to wait and let him do him himself.
Yeah, I guess GH would be about 9, and Gracie would be about 8, because they're born like a year apart.
I don't know. That's going to be... it's going to be weird to deal with.
Yeah. I will say, when talking about this revival, I kind of forgot Gracie happened.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah. Leanne wanted to name her Lasagna. It's a better name. Let's see. Cotton, I think it's dead.
Oh, well, yeah. He's obviously dead.
A lot of people really want it to be like a conspiracy he's still alive. Like, he faked his death. But I don't know, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense.
And he'd be too old to really do much with.
Yeah. What is... Hank's mom, Tilly. Do you think Tilly's still going to be alive? Her voice actor passed away in the original series run, so yeah.
I mean, get any generic old lady.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much.
So it wouldn't be a big thing.
And then I think Tilly'd still be alive.
Yeah, old.
I wonder if she actually got married to someone, because that was always the big problem, is that she'd break up with men right before they get married in the original series.
Mm-hmm.
And then who is GH's mom? I always forget her name. Dee Dee.
Yeah.
I feel like we know Dee Dee found a new man, and that's the last time we ever saw her.
I'd say drop GH off with
Hank and Peggy. Yeah.
And disappeared.
I can 100% see that. I wonder if they get child support.
I mean, I doubt it. I feel like they just would have adopted.
Yeah.
Which is weird, raising your brother. That'd be weird.
I guess. It happens. There's a show, like an old anime, I can't think of the name, where it's like a 17-year-old brother had to raise his sister because their mom died. So it's happened. And the sister's like a 7-year-old. But is there any other major characters? I feel like I'm probably forgetting a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the one kid.
Oh, Dooley.
Yeah.
Your wife left you. Yeah. Let's see.
Dead or in prison.
Yeah. Do you think Lenore is still going to hold a lot over Bill, and even though
dead or in prison?
Oh, we never talked about Luann's parents. They're both in prison in the original series.
Still in prison.
Still in prison. Yeah. Poor Luann. She didn't deserve that kind of life.
I think Lenore. I don't know. I think she would have given up messing with Bill at this point.
You would hope so. Let's see. I'm really trying to stretch. You think Dale's dad will make an appearance?
No.
Nah. Boomhauer's parents we see like once. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be major points.
No, they never really were, so it doesn't matter.
And I think that's really all the major characters. Obviously, like Buckley's dead.
Yeah.
I rewatched a little bit of the early seasons of King of the Hill, and I was like, man, I forgot how Buckley was kind of in this show. He dies like in season 2 or season 3.
When they blow up the Megalo Mart.
Yep. And then, yeah, I think that is all the characters, and I think that's probably about it for this little bonus episode. Yeah. Unless you have any last minute things.
Again, I'm glad it's coming back. I hope they do it right, which is Mike Judge. He should.
Hopefully. And, yeah, next podcast we got to talk about the exciting news of the reveal.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Which, like I said, I'm recording this, like, actually, it's the day of. It is 1 a.m. at the moment.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I just rolled in from work.
Yeah, Ricky's really tired, so.
Yeah.
We are probably going to end this. How long has this been? 40 minutes? 35. That's good.
Yeah.
But, see you all for the next episode, which should be a regular episode. And, keep shitting out your ass. And if you have any questions, send them to my email in the description below, or just type it in the comments, and we can answer any questions next podcast.
Yay.
All right, bye.
Bye.